No, the fact I'm wearing a Halloween shirt on the day before Thanksgiving is not... the irony is not lost on me, and I kind of meant it like that. Anyway, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a video kind of talking about... Because I was kind of on a Spider-Man 2 kick of watching a lot of videos. I'm not a PS5 owner. I don't have PS5 money. But I do like watching, like, the playthroughs and the story and whatnot, and that's what really matters to me. Not like, oh, the combat system is so enriching, because if you do this, then you can do this, and the FP rating, no. I care about the story. I care more about the story than anything else, with any kind of form of entertainment. And I gotta say, between Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2, yeah... I think it's safe to say that this is the PS4 Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man, and I'm not talking like gameplay wise or video game wise or game of the year or whatever. I'm talking like Spider-Man as a character. That's what I'm talking about. Is that I'm talking about Spider-Man as a this PS4 the PlayStation Spider-Man is the best incarnation of Spider-Man we've had in years. Both in Spider-Man 1 and 2, and I'm also going to talk about Miles as well. I'm also going to give Miles some love, too, in this video. So what do I mean by Spider-Man, PS5, PlayStation Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man? I mean that in the sense of, like, character. I'm not talking, again, I'm not talking about gameplay-wise, I am talking about the character itself, and the universe itself. This Spider-Man does something that is mind-boggling that they can't do in the comics. And maybe it's because that's the reason why, because they're not bogged down by editorial like Nick Lowbrain. Or Nick Low IQ, as I call him. His name's not Lowbrain, it's Nick Low. He's the editor at for Spider-Man. Apparently, like, even Brian Michael Bendis hated him so much. But Bendis was like, I'm Brian fucking Bendis, and I'll write what I damn well please. And he's also, like, Nick Lowe and a lot of the members of Spider-Man editorial, and to an extent, the higher-ups at Marvel, and I would even dare say Disney, but we're not here to talk about that, and I'm probably not even Disney, honestly. I would say the people, like, this is on Marvel and Spider-Man editorial in specifics, where they have to keep... where they don't want Peter to change in any way, shape, or form. Like, they go out of their way to make sure Peter doesn't change. And that's probably one of the reasons why I think PlayStation Spider-Man actually gets to grow up. I mean, yeah, we get to see him try to have a job as a substitute teacher. We get to see him, have a house. We get to see him... do all of these things that a actual grown-up would do instead of, like, going, just coasting off of other people. And yeah, this Peter does do that at times, but he immediately, like, bounces back. That's the thing. He doesn't just wallow in his own crapulence and just kind of do nothing. Like, that's the thing, is that he just doesn't, he doesn't just sit around and do nothing. This is a proactive Spider-Man. He goes out of his way to teach Miles and take him under his wing to be Spider-Man. And, also take over as Spider-Man at the end of Spider-Man 2. And he also has a great relationship with Mary Jane. The thing we all want, and hopefully Jonathan Hickman's new Ultimate Spider-Man book will really get to touch on and play with. God knows I want that. But that's the thing. That's the thing, is that this Spider-Man is allowed to grow up. He can make mistakes, and rather than be like, oh, woe is me, I'm like, no, he's like, no, it's like, oh, that sucks, and I'm going to mourn for a bit, but I'm also going to be like, yeah, I'm going to learn from this and move past this mistake, even if it's from my own doing. That's what he did with Harry. Like, he even brought up the fact that, like, no, Harry, it was, all of this happened because of you and your dad. Not only that, like, he does, that symbiote basically brings out all of those negative energy, all of that those negative thoughts that he's had all this time, like, not being able to, what he did to MJ, and what happened to May. That's the other thing. They kill off Aunt May, and I think the universe is better for it. Let me explain. Aunt May is obviously a staple of Spider-Man comics, but I think, like, we can all agree that Aunt May doesn't need to be around anymore. Yes, they do give her like stuff to do in new comics, like they do try to, you know, give her like agency, and that's fine. That's good. I do like there's agency to Aunt May rather than have her be the doddering the doddering old woman that Peter has to be like, oh God, I hope Aunt May isn't having like a heart attack or something. I don't know. And I think Aunt May is best. Like, her best era for Aunt May was the J. Michael Straczynski era for Aunt May, because when she got to know that it was Peter as Spider-Man, that was a great era for him. But J. Michael Straczynski's era of Spider-Man is just all around good. You know, it's peak Spider-Man. But that's the thing, is that this game universe knows that, like, if Peter's going to grow up and, you know, have to do what he can to save New York, he has to make the right call. He has to, you know, sorry, I thought I saw something, like, I thought I saw the camera, like, shift or something. But yeah, he has to make the right call. And that is, you know, letting his aunt go peacefully and be with Ben. And now that he's not tethered to Aunt May, he's allowed to have more agency for himself. And I like that. Again, I'm not trying to shit talk Aunt May, but I think we can all agree, if May was out of the picture entirely, I feel like Spider-Man would be allowed to grow more as a character. And it's like the writers know this. It would help, it really stands to reason that this game, I keep trying to say show, this game universe knows how to utilize its characters. Not only that, it knows how to utilize Peter's intelligence. That's the other thing I think a lot, and not just Zeb Wells. I'm not going to pin this all on him, but like a lot, even Nick Spencer's run, which was better in comparison to what we got with Wells. But like, as a whole, like, I really don't think anyone has taken into account that Spider-Man is intelligent. Not even Dan Slott remembers that. Like, I think people forget that, like, Reed Richards sees Spider-Man as an intellectual equal. He sees Peter as an intellectual equal at times, where everyone else does. Reed Richards, smartest man in the universe. And, like, the guy literally, like respects Peter's intellect. And he's making fucking, like, in this universe, Peter's intellect is used to its, fullest degree. I think people forget how smart I think even the writers have forgotten. Dan Slott forgot how smart Spider-Man was half the fucking time. Even when he took over the company from Octavius, he just made him a bumbling idiot, even though Peter's way smarter than, smarter than the average, college degreed student. I don't know. I had a joke there. I lost it. So it's really cool to see Spider-Man, actually use his intellect and build gadgets. I'm not going to talk about, like, the usage of those gadgets, because that's gameplay stuff, but, like, the fact that we have a Spider-Man who's out there making stuff and utilizing his mind, that's something we haven't seen in comic book writers for decades, I feel like, half the fucking time. And again, stuff with Miles. It's great to see Peter be a mentor character. It shows that he's growing up and, taking Miles under his wing, even wanting to be have Miles be his successor. Yeah. It's just and also, we can all agree that the PS4 the PlayStation Spider-Man costume is the best costume. Like, I will hear no other, don't fight me on this. This is a hill you're not going to win, this is a hill I'll die on, and that is peak Spider-Man costume. Like, that is my favorite Spider-Man costume. It's the best Spider-Man costume. But yeah. I don't know, I was on a Spider-Man kick, and I was like, God damn, why can't we have this? Why is it so hard to have this kind of Spider-Man in comics? Why is it so hard to have, because we can have a Miles Morales like this, and that's awesome. But why can't Peter have that too? Hopefully, I'm really pulling for Jonathan Hickman's Ultimate Spider-Man to give us all the shit we've always wanted with Spider-Man comics, and hopefully that will not, because it just bothers me of how mediocre to bad. It's mediocre at best and god-awful at worst for this era of Spider-Man comics. But anyway, so you guys, so I just thought I'd do this like a fun video real fast, just kind of gushing about how much I love PlayStation Spider-Man, PlayStation Universe Spider-Man. Yeah, So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think? Do you guys think PlayStation Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man, or do you think there's another universe, another Spider-Man that's from a different universe that's better? And yeah, just I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. I thought it would be a fun topic and just a fun video in general to do. Anyway, so happy Thanksgiving, happy Turkey Day, to all to everyone out there. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But yeah, other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.